Kevin Overton, Keyshawn Hall. Oh my goodness.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Filling in for Daryl Dapprich, Hunter Bussey of the Tailgate Show. You can also find his stuff over at the Barn. Auburn takes down NC State 83-73. And Hunter, what a game where Kevin Overton and Keyshawn Hall went absolutely nuclear. Keyshawn Hall, 28 points on 9 of 14 shooting, 5 of 7 from 3. Overton, 29 points. Incredible. 8 of 13 from the floor, 6 of 9 from 3. We knew Hall could do it. It's great to see Overton do it as well.
It really is. They're so nuclear that, like, does the new season of Fallout start tomorrow? Because, my goodness, 3 Sean Hall, stop it. The man was hitting fadeaway threes like Kobe Bryant. I mean, come on. Like, what's going on here? Like,
the one that he made in the corner where somehow he didn't get fouled or called for the foul, like, that was insane.
It was raw. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, and it happened, like, the timing of it matters too, right? Because up to that point, Auburn had been pretty sloppy and really kind of playing with their food to some extent. I mean, turnovers were awful. Auburn turned it over 20 times in this game. Auburn shot the ball 59% from the floor to NC State's 41. NC State shot 20 more shots than Auburn because of that. But down the stretch, Auburn put themselves in a situation with a tremendous run, primarily led by Hall and Overton. And that ridiculous fadeaway 3 in the corner was kind of in the middle of all of that.
Not to mention the cherry on top with Freeman's dunk. I think it was right before half, I believe. Ridiculous. I mean, it was a great night. Now, the turnovers were a little concerning, but, well,
and it was throughout the whole game.
Pretty concerning, but, you know, it's one of those things where this team is eventually it's going to be, and I said this before on the Barn, it's going to be game to game where they're going to have to mesh. And once they get that chemistry down, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, and it kind of felt like it was coming together at the end of the Vegas tournament with St. John's because that went so well. But then it's like, okay, well, you don't play together for a week. This is kind of what it looked like. This had the chance to be a sloppy game. But all in all, Overton and Hall were incredible. And, I think we saw something positive is this team can make free throws.
Oh my gosh.
It's been kind of a battle where it's like, okay, if they would have gone 19 for 22 against Houston, we're talking about this team probably in a different bit of a light.
No, yeah, it's I feel like it's always been our Achilles heel the past couple of games or just the past couple of seasons, honestly. And it'll rear its ugly head when we have a game like against Houston, but if we can just get more consistent like tonight, watch out. Just watch out. We need to cut down on the turnovers too. But I'm telling you, if we can get the chemistry down is the main thing. But I do agree. The free throws are a very high hopes thing for me. And I hope we can keep that up.
Yeah, I hope so. And some of it is like who got to the charity stripe. Sway, love his explosiveness, love his versatility. I think he's going to be a really good basketball player for us. Yeah. For whatever, so far up to this point, like not a good free throw shooter. A lot of the ones we missed against Houston were his, and he was 1 of 2 tonight. But I mean, Overton going 7 for 7, Keyshawn going 5 for 5, the Hod 4 for 5 for the free throw line. Okay, great, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. The explosive tandem of Overton and Hall. The first Auburn teammate since 2018 when Auburn played Xavier, I believe it is. I think that's what I saw. And of course, that was Jared Harper and Bryce Brown. But the first teammates to score 25 points for Auburn since 2018, which is a little surprising given all the success that we've had. It's a little surprising that hasn't happened since 2018.
Yeah, you would think it would happen like last season with all the really good players we had. But I think we had so many good players that we spread the love, if that makes sense. Now, the fact that we had someone like Miles Kelly out there with Tahad that could make those shots, I'm shocked it didn't happen then. But
Yeah, or like, Janai goes off and then somebody also goes off from 3 or something. Like, I'm just surprised that didn't happen once, but
I know that is funny.
Still, all in all, that's good. That's good. As far as like secondary scoring tonight, I mean, you have 2 guys. You have Overton 29, Hall 28. Nobody else scored double digits. Next up was Sway, who went 3 for 3 tonight. Scored 7 points. Then Tahad went 1 for 7. I mean, this is kind of one of those stat lines for Tahad that we saw earlier in the season before we left Auburn. 6 points on 1 of 7 shooting, 0 for 3 from the floor.
Big yikes.
I don't know what it is, man. But Tahad in Neville this season has not been elite.
Ice cold. It doesn't make any sense either. Because normally, I feel like in the past, like Auburn teams play better at home because they feed off of the the jungle and the fans, and that is just not the case with Tahad. I mean, he is more of like a road warrior to me than at home. It's just something about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. And like he had a great game, or great series in Vegas. So it's like I'm not concerned about it, but it is a little strange. It is. Yeah, it is.
It's a little odd. It's a head scratcher.
Yeah. You got 4 blocks.
That was.
Does he lead us in blocks now? I think he does.
That would be crazy. If our point guard leads us in blocks, that would be wild.
I think he does. Can somebody check that in the chat for us? Yeah. Who leads Auburn in blocks now after this game? I think it was close. I think it was him, Oporum, and who else? We looked at it. It was somebody else. It was like they're all kind of tied. I'm assuming Tahad leads it now. If somebody could find that and let us know, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. As far as other scoring, Elijah Freeman 2 for 3, 6 points with that dunk. I mean, you talk about like momentum and all of that. Like that was
skywalking. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Violent.
I mean, and like cocked it back too. I mean, it was like a tomahawk in its purest form. I loved it.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Beautiful.
It was absolutely disgusting. So like NC State, I don't think is a great team by any stretch of the imagination. And I listened to Locked On Wolfpack to hear those guys talk about this game, and like they are really low on this team. They talked a lot about how poor NC State has been, with 3-point defense, and Auburn shot the 3 very well tonight. They shot 54%. That's something that's happened against NC State a ton this year. So I mean, we made stuff that was like not open too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know what it is. I feel like that's been Auburn some years too, where it's just like everybody shoots threes really well against us. So
yeah, Overton was hitting shots like that shouldn't have gone in, I feel like. And it was like heat check after heat check. And he just kept, I mean, and not like just, making it, I mean, draining it. It was not like no cylinder was touched. It was all net. It's crazy.
Alex Hawkins in the chat is saying Tahad and Sway are tied at 6 blocks. Is that for the season? Because Tahad had
crazy
4 tonight. I feel like he's got more than that, but I believe you if you looked it up. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Okay, Jerry's saying Emeka is the lead blocker. So we're getting mixed messages here.
Okay.
We're getting mixed responses, and I believe they're both very believable answers. So
I agree.
I don't know. Okay. Chat, drop your player of the game, and then we'll also look ahead at Auburn's next 5 games. And there is some major negative that we talked about briefly, and let's discuss that a little bit deeper as we go to Arizona next. All that coming up right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Hunter, can you imagine wagering on sports anywhere other than with our friends at FanDuel?
No, I couldn't. No.
Can't.
Not at all.
Don't want to. Auburn was a 5.5-point favorite, according to our friends at FanDuel going into tonight. And I said in previous live reads, I'm like, I'd take Auburn. I would take Auburn to cover. And they really should have covered by more than they should have beaten by more than 10 based on some of the stats that we're discussing. But hey, that's all right. With FanDuel, live betting is peak. Puts you right in the middle of the action. If you want to be in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL, college football, college basketball, live bets all season long. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Auburn 83, NC State 73. And the ACC in this SEC ACC challenge, the ACC kind of surprisingly, in my opinion, kind of taking it to the SEC. So even though NC State, not a world beater, the SEC has not fared well in this event where they typically do. So
yeah, they put all the funds and resources into basketball this year because their football conference is not great.
Right.
Not great.
Right. Jerry Swiss says Emeka is averaging the most blocks a game. Yeah, but if I don't think if he plays in a game, I don't think that impacts the average. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
Could be wrong. Turnovers were like that. That was a considerable issue tonight, and the people who turned the ball over, very concerning. Very concerning. Dahad turned it over 4 times. Keyshawn turned it over 6 times. And that's not good. No. Like, there's no other way to put it. That's not good. And so when you look at who's coming up on your schedule that we'll get to in a second, Arizona on Saturday. If you do that against Arizona, the game will not be close. It will not be close. Purdue coming up. Obviously, they're good. And then, SEC play will be here before you know it. You can't turn the ball over 20 times with Auburn's schedule and expect to win basketball games.
No, yeah, I agree with you. If you turn the ball over like you did tonight in Arizona, not only will you be dry in the building, you will be put out in the desert. It will not be a good night at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the practice schedule was and all of that for this basketball team. Like, did Steven give them too much time for, did they eat too much turkey over Thanksgiving or I don't know. I'm not going to overreact to it, but it's something to monitor. It
is
for sure. Let's see. All right. So Auburn's next 5 opponents. I don't know how familiar you are. We picked the next 5 games and we all predict the record over the next 5. So Auburn plays at Arizona, obviously in Tucson. Then they go to Atlanta to take on Chattanooga and Holiday Hoops Giving. Then they play Purdue in Indianapolis. And then they play Queens in Auburn at 9:00 at night on December 29th. So that's going to be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they play Georgia. They go to Georgia to start conference play on January 3rd.
Yeah.
So Arizona, Purdue, tricky.
Yes.
Chattanooga, Queens, at Georgia. I'm going to say they go 3-2.
Yeah, that's where my mind's going to is 3-2. I feel like the Queens and Chattanooga are easy wins. Should be anyway, as long as we don't pull Walker.
Some of it is like how many Queens are playing.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like 15 Queens, it's going to be tough to score.
It is.
Bad joke. I'm sorry. I haven't watched Georgia much this year.
I have not either. I normally I start to watch more of the SEC teams once we get an SEC play.
No, I'm with you.
But yeah. Also,
let's see what Georgia's doing. They're 8-1. They haven't really played anybody. They beat Georgia Tech. They beat Xavier by a point.
They've beaten.
They lost to Clemson. And then they throttled Florida State, but I don't think Florida State is good. So
no,
we may not know how good Georgia is or not.
And you said that game is on the road against Georgia?
It is. Yep. Okay. On the 3rd, it's in Athens. Noon game. So yeah, no, I'll say 3-2. I saw a lot of 4-1s in the chat. If you could get one at Arizona or Purdue and Indianapolis, that would be an incredible win.
No, yeah, I agree.
That would be an incredible win. And like, can you split those? Sure.
Yeah. Sure. I did see someone in the chat say that Purdue worries them just because of the size, and our interior defense isn't great. I agree with that. That's where one of those 2 losses, I think, comes in. I mean, they're the number 1 team in the country right now. So, I mean, and plus which I don't know, debatable. If you go back and watch Vegas, Michigan might be the number 1 team in the country. in the country.
Yeah,
the
I
way they
feel
play.
less. Yeah, I mean, I wish we would have lost by less than 30, right? But
I mean, yeah, I bet
they're a
Gonzaga did too.
buzzsaw for sure. The Aubinator saying Purdue is most doable due to it being a neutral site. I mean, it's not as neutral as it's not as bad as like when we went to Houston and played a neutral site against Houston in Houston.
Yeah.
But Indianapolis, I mean, that's probably going to be a pretty heavy Purdue crowd.
Yeah,
but
easily.
Which is, I mean, we played them in Birmingham last year, right? So, I mean, kind of similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Similar thing. So, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, Arizona is going to be huge. So, programming note, the reason DAP is not here tonight and Hunter is graciously filling in. DAP is in Arizona. And I think he went there a few days early to as you all know, DAP is from Arizona. Also, Pittsburgh. He's from everywhere. But no, I think he left a few days earlier to kind of spend time with family and all that. But he will be covering the game. We got him credentialed and all that. So he'll be there Saturday. And he will join us live right after the game from Arizona, which will be fun.
I say first off, like, it's really cool to be here because, like, I told you this before we hopped on. Like, I've been watching Locked On Auburn forever, so to be on, like, this is my first time being on Locked On Auburn. So this is the first time. This is special. This is fun. I'm having fun.
I'm glad you're here, buddy. You did a great job.
Like, geek out. If you hear me sniffling,
everybody in the live chat, tell Hunter how good of a job he did.
Appreciate it.
Let's just give it up for Hunter. Well done. Power rank performances, chat. Performances tonight: Overton, Hall, Hunter. Any particular order? There we go. People are giving you love. That's awesome. That's awesome. As they should.
And tell me
Hunter, how can people check out before we wrap up, Hunter? How can people check out everything you've got going on?
Yeah. So I help with 2 podcasts. Tailgate Show, what Zach brought up. It's me, my dad, and family friend Nathan Hall. It's called Football Show. We do picks. Trying to get Zach on there at some point if the schedules can't align to be a guest picker.
Happy to.
But I also help with produce my dad's main podcast, Bubba on the Lake. For those that don't know, my dad is Bubba Bussey from Rick and Bubba. And his new venture / chapter in his career is Bubba on the Lake, which is his podcast. And
your dad is Bubba from Rick and Bubba?
Yes. Did you not know that?
Shut up. No, it's not. Are you serious?
Did you not know that?
No,
you didn't know that? Oh, really? Oh, I thought you did
that together at all.
I thought you knew that.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's surprise. But yeah, help out with that. You can find us on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast. Also have a YouTube channel as well. If y'all just want to watch that, I stream every Sunday. Try to anyway. Might do a random one in the middle of the week, but you can find me at it's just typing my name on YouTube, Hunter Bussey. So
there you go. That's awesome. Thanks for hanging out and filling in for that.
Right here, so.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. The Auburn Tigers take down NC State 83-73. Guys, please like the video. Please subscribe. If you're tuned in on audio, please subscribe and leave a review. Helps the show out a ton. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.